Oh boy, have I had an exciting video day. I've been trying to make a Camtasia video for you guys. I spent an hour and I still have nothing. So I'm hoping with the YouTube that this will be helpful. For RED 6060, there are several indicators, and it's all the indicators in competency 2 of the reading competencies that we have to cover. And we have to prove that you understand and can show your understanding of that. So I have changed RED 6060. This is the fall of 2013. So if you're watching this video later, you'll know this is when the change occurred. And there may be changes in every semester because the state standards are always changing and the competencies are changing. Unfortunately, it makes our job a little bit difficult. But because of the change, the lessons and the actual activities this semester are going to be different than the previous semesters. We're only going to have 2 assignments, and they're both major assignments. What the state requires is a formative assessment, which means something that you will do that will give you access to the information that you need, and you form your understanding. And then we have a summative assignment where you prove that you obtain the knowledge that you needed to gain and you cover all of those criteria within those standards. Okay, so our formative assessment is an interactive notebook. And this can be as fancy or as plain as you want it to be. It basically is a resource for you and a way for me to give you all the knowledge that the content that you need, okay? But it's also demonstrating to me how you learn the contents, okay? So the interactive notebook basically is something that I devised when I was teaching the gifted and talented. I had ESOL and I had ESC students. And so I didn't know how to deliver and differentiate instruction for them. I found an article by a science teacher by the last name of Stencil who used an interactive notebook, and it was for science. And basically, he would give the content. For instance, if they were studying photosynthesis, he would give the content on the right-hand side of the notebook. This is the right, okay, in the video. And then the student would demonstrate understanding in his or her own way. And what I found with my ESOL students is sometimes they had to draw pictures to show that understanding. That's as far as I could get with them. But then I could talk with them and we could form sentences together. So I want you to think of this as a tool that you possibly could use in your classroom. And I'm going to take you through all the content for the course using this notebook, okay? The first response will be on a right-hand side, and you are going to either bullet or draw pictures or draw Venn diagrams or however you want to do this to show me what you think would be your philosophy of literacy instruction right now before you read anything in the course, okay? And it might be easier for you to bullet and group and do it that way. But you know, there are no right or wrong answers. Just give it your best shot. Really think about it. And you will either have to scan that to me, or if you do it on the computer, print one for your reflections and send the other through the Dropbox, okay? In the content of our course, by the syllabus and by the Meet the Professor, there is a link called Reflections Interactive Notebook. And on there, I am going to make a running record of all the entries that you will have. The next entry that you have, Reflections number 2, is a diagram, a Venn, of how students read, what happens when they're reading, okay? And it talks about the student and the content, which is whatever the text that they're reading, and then the context, which is the environment. And I want you to think about what are things that could get in the way of an adolescent in terms of their literacy, and why do we have so many students that can't read in 9th grade? You know, I went into a classroom just last week here in Pensacola, and there were 2 students that could not read, could not decode at all. And how are we getting, you know, to that point? Think about what could possibly get in the way. And they were both young ladies, both 15 years of age, okay? And so I will give you the content on the right-hand side, and you will answer on the left. And remember, use your type of learning. You know, some of you may be drawing a lot of pictures. Some of you may be using a lot of bullets. Some of you may like to write it out. We all basically construct meaning in our own way, and I want you to feel comfortable in answering in the way that you want, okay? Make sure that you select a young adult novel this week. Find something that you would really, really like to read, okay? Remember, I have a site. It's called thebookdealer.net, and it's got current literature that's listed on there. And so you might find something that you would like to read on that list, okay? And we will be talking about what we're reading, so be prepared for that. I hope you have a great day. This is a very useful course. I took this course when I was working on my master's. And to be honest with you, I think it was one of the most valid courses because it did form my philosophy on adolescent literacy. And that is important if you are an administrator, or if you are a CNI person, or if you're getting your master's in reading, or if you're a classroom teacher. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for listening. Bye.